So the NBA draft was just yesterday. It just commenced yesterday. The 2025 NBA draft just happened yesterday. I'm very excited because now I can finally talk about it. It's no more mock drafts. It's official. The first round of the NBA draft just happened, which is really the only round that people care about. Let's be honest. And Cooper Flag goes number 1. And how dumb was this? Who remembers the person it was the bald guy. I think his name is Jay or something, but he was commentating and he's like, this draft is going to be known as the Cooper Flag draft. What an idiot. An absolute waste man for saying that. Who could even say that? This draft's going to be known as the LeBron draft. People don't even consider the 2003 NBA draft as the LeBron draft. That's how crazy it is. You're putting Cooper Flag above LeBron. I hate comparing. And I really don't like comparing players because they're all different. Like, remember when Ben Simmons was getting compared to LeBron, and there's only one LeBron, there's only one Ben Simmons, there's only one Zion, there's only one Cooper Flag. Let's not compare players. But dude, Cooper Flag is nowhere near the talent as even Wemby. Let's stop with this guy. If Cooper Flag, and I've been saying this, Cooper Flag will be glorified. He'll be an all-star, and he's going to be really good in a supporting role. He's going to be an all-star, but this dude would be absolutely dog if he was the number one player, the number one option. He wasn't even the number one option at Duke. There were flashes in games, and multiple games, actually a lot of games, when Con Knipple, his teammate, looked better than him. So I understand he was the National Player of the Year. I understand. Obviously, he was the best player on that team. I know it, without a doubt. But dude, like, if he was the best player, if he was the number one option, this is what I'm saying. If he was the number one option, because remember, Cooper Flag got injured and the team was still good. Con Knipple was leading that team. Cooper Flag is going to be so good playing next to Kyrie, Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson, Najee Marshall, Derek Lively, Gafford. He's going to be so good in that system. But if he would have went to the Nets and he would have had to carry that team, boy, we would have had to have some conversations. He wouldn't have, because people want to put him, people genuinely think that he's going to be on the level as a player like LeBron or Luka. He's nowhere close to that. He's nowhere close to being Luka's talent. Luka is the type of player, you bring him in, he's the system. You bring him into the Mavericks, he's the system. He's going to bring you to a finals. And he's going to do the same thing with the Lakers. Cooper Flag, you draft him to be a really good supporting player. But let's just face it, if you were to build a team around Cooper Flag, he's not leading that team to a finals. He's going to be a really good supporting player. He's not the number one option. He's Pascal Siakam. He is Pascal Siakam. He's a really good Pascal Siakam. That's what it is. He just needs his Tyrese Halliburton, and he got it with Kyrie and AD. Facts. But the 2025 NBA draft was just yesterday. It commenced yesterday, and let me cut straight to the chase. The Atlanta Hawks and the Phoenix Suns stole this draft. I can't believe no one's talking about this. I literally can't believe no one's talking about this. Who cares about the Spurs actually did really good with drafting Harper and underrated player Carter Bryant. He's going to be so good with the Spurs. But bro, look at this. So I remember when the Hawks started trading back, and originally Asa Newell, who remembers this? Asa Newell was actually projected to go to this pick, number 13, but the Hawks actually traded back, and they still ended up doing and drafting him. They drafted him at 23. So 10 spots back, the Hawks still got him. And let me see this tweet. So the new Hawks roster looks like this: Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Ricochet, Porzingis, Asa Newell, LeVert, and all these bench players. Bro, the Atlanta, this guy Onside, I just learned about him a week ago. Onsay Salah, I think his name is. Onsay Salah, bro, if I loved the Hawks, this guy just saved your franchise. This guy deadass just saved your franchise. He knows what he's doing. Where was this treatment for years? You guys needed this man all along. He's the saving grace. And then the Suns. Look at this new Suns roster. Oh my gosh, I think the Suns were the best draft. I genuinely think the Suns so far have had the most successful offseason. This is the new roster. Booker, Beal, you feel how you want about Beal, but who knows? Maybe this year he could have a redemption year. Jalen Green, I think he's going to start over Beal, right? Dylan Brooks, I made a video. Y'all know how I feel about Dylan Brooks. The most underrated acquisition of the trade without a doubt. You got Williams, Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, Ryan Dunn, Nick Richards, Iguodala, and Malawak. Now, a lot of people are clowning the Suns because they say, oh, well, now you have like 3 centers and 3 shooting guards. You know, if Mark Williams gets injured, which you guys love, and I just see it on the internet all the time, Mark Williams is made of glass. He's not going to last. He's going to get injured. Okay, so why are you clowning the Suns for still taking a center? They took the best available player in Malawak, and he's going to be such a good fit next to Booker. Rebounds, blocks, defensive. Like, think about the Suns rebounding. Think about the Suns' defensive prowess. They're stacking up on defense, which they just lacked for the past 2 years. They just lacked defense for the past 2 years, which is why they were so bad. They were so bad because they would give up on plays a lot of the times, right? Now they have Brooks who's going to bring it. Now they have, Dunn's going to bring it. Malawak, you just got Malawak, and then Booker's going to bring that offense. And Jalen Green's, he's a really good defender too. So, bro, a lot of people want to clown the Suns. If Mark Williams does go down, now Malawak can start. Or you can still put in Nick Richards, and Nick Richards can start, and Malawak can be the third string. This is genius. And they're not even done yet. Like, this is going to be such a successful rebound. I can see the Suns actually being in the playoffs next year. Believe it or not, either the play-in or the playoffs. And this isn't even their first year of actually going for the championship. They're rebuilding. This is their first year of rebuilding, and it looks like this. And remember Booker in 2021 when he did the best. What were his teammates doing? They were around his age. You had Mikal Bridges, Cameron Johnson, DeAndre Ayton, Cam Payne. All the players were around his age. He had the youth playing with them, and they were dancing. Nevada, remember all this stuff? And they played defense. They hustled hard. And now you're bringing in the same system. You're bringing in a Jalen Green. You're bringing in a Dylan Brooks, who we know he likes to dance. He brings up the dance, who brings the defense. Now you're getting a Malawak who's going to be great. He's going to be better than DeAndre Ayton at center position. And then you're filling in the gaps around Booker. Like, this is such a good rebuild, and people aren't seeing it for some reason. Nets draft. Oh my gosh, the Nets. Oh my gosh, the Nets. This drove me crazy. So the Nets literally could have they picked Igor Demin. They could have had Malawak. They could have, bro, they could have drafted Derek Queen. I would have took Carter Bryant over Igor Demin at 8. So this is who the Nets picked. They drafted Igor Demin. They're trying to do the whole OKC method. Yeah, that's patched, especially when you're drafting trash players. That method is patched. You can't rebuild. You can't draft. You're not Sam Presti, bro. All right. They picked Igor Demin, Nolan Traore, Drake Powell. They took a swing at Drake Powell before they did Asa Newell. They drafted this random brown shirt from UNC, the University of North Carolina, that did 0 damage this whole year. Nobody cares about University of North Carolina. They did 0 damage. They put in 0 work. They didn't look good not one time this whole year. And they draft a random brown shirt from UNC. And then they go even worse. They go Ben Seraph and Danny Wolf back to back. I wonder what the coincidence there could be. And they took both these players. You take Ben Seraph, who got compared to D'Angelo Russell. You take him over Liam McNeely. And then you go Danny Wolf over, let's see who they could have took. They still could have took, let me see. They still could have took Liam McNeely, and I would have went Hugo Gonzalez over Danny Wolf. So I don't even understand. I genuinely don't understand. And I would have took Rasheer Fleming over whoever this bum is, Ben Seraph, any day. I genuinely would have went Rasheer Fleming, and then I would have went Liam McNeely. Like, how do you ruin a trade like this? How do you ruin a trade like this? It makes no sense. It genuinely, like, it blows my mind. And the Nets, they could have had Jelka Jonas. This is blowing my mind. So the Nets could have ended up with Derek Queen. They could have ended up with Yakachonis. They could have ended up with Asa Newell. They could have ended up with Liam McNeely. And they could have ended up with, let's just say they wanted to end up with Carter Bryant. They could have ended up with those 5 and instead drafted completely different players. That is crazy. What a terrible draft. And you had 5 first-round picks and you just wasted on bums? Anyways. Like, bro, you just got Drew Timme. Drew Timme is way better than Danny Wolf. And Danny Wolf's not even a rookie yet, and he's going to develop. Drew Timme is way better than Danny Wolf. Why would you just draft another Drew Timme if you already have Drew Timme? Are the Nets idiots?